Welcome back! Still using that lance.
We're here. It's the Plesioc lance.
It's not
Big
horrible
fun
against
lance.
Gypsaros because he does take some water damage at the very least.
Gypsaros.
Yeah.
The
So
rubber turkey.
the Gypsaros. Oh, he is immune to lightning, so you don't want to use lightning against him. And why is he immune to that? Is because he has, well, his hide is very rubbery and very stretchy, which people will see in some of his attacks.
Yeah, it's pale. Nasty.
And that also makes him immune to like shock traps. So you have to use net traps if you want to get him.
Yep. And they're not usable in every swamp area too, so...
Yeah, so it could be a bit of a pain to catch him if that's what you want to do. Plus, he steals your items, and he usually always goes for the trap first.
Yeah.
So,
Also does that lovely flash thing with his head.
oh yeah, he also stuns you. He will clack his teeth together, and the jewel on his head will kind of like flash. And the third time he clacks his teeth together, he will do basically like a flashbang that'll dizzy you.
It is terrible.
Yeah.
And he can chain it.
Yeah, when he's enraged, he will chain it constantly. That, and he does it really fast then. But you can like break the gem on his head, and if you do that, he will not be able to flash you anymore.
He also runs like a rubber chicken with its head cut off and spits poison everywhere too.
Yeah, that's another thing. And plus, I'm doing this at the night, so there is poison everywhere to start with. Wonderful.
Poison jamboree.
Yeah. So this is poison-filled fun fight.
With your host for the night, Gypsaros.
Yeah, he's a drunken rubber chicken with a really goofy face.
And now back to the top fives.
And bloodshot eyes.
God, that eye! I never noticed that before.
The bloodshot eyes?
Yeah.
Oh, I've noticed that. It's like it looks like he's either been on drugs or he just hadn't been sleeping at all or something.
Neither one is good in your case.
No, it isn't. But this guy, the Gypsaros, isn't hard at all. He's just really annoying because he's like as you can see,
He can be annoying when he runs around too much.
He runs around too much. He poisons you. He steals your stuff, and he dizzies you. I mean, I'm just getting punished because I forgot to take rations to start with. Because I was like, oh, he's in area 2. I'm used to fighting these guys where I run up to the zone before they run away. But no, since it's the first time you fight them and they have a little cutscene, then they do not run until you reach them. So I kind of forgot about that, or else I could have avoided getting hit by those two pecks.
Forget about it.
Yeah. Now, I'd like to mention his tail. It may look like it's stubby, little, and it's not going to hit a thing, but when he starts doing his tail swipes, it's elastic. So it'll get like 3 times as much range.
Yeah, it gets far longer and can hit
His tail is like a rubber band.
longer distance. Yeah, it's deceptive if you're not used to it.
His tail is also, unfortunately, his weakest spot on his body, so it's the only spot you can reliably hit without bouncing. And there's a good example of the tail.
Yeah, look at that. Big range. It looks shorter than most tails,
And
but
he
it's
stole my pit
got the
trap,
same length.
even if I was blocking. And I was...
No way that I know of to get it back.
And because I have my shield up, I can actually block those flashes if I'm, pointing in the right direction, at the very least.
Get another point for lances.
Yeah. You can pretty much block most things, so pretty safe behind that shield. As you can see, his hide is pretty tough, so you do a lot of bouncing.
Yeah, his legs are pretty tough spots to hit. His face is a good spot, because if you break the gem, you can no longer do the flash.
And it's like one of the earliest places you can get light crystals too, reliably.
Yes.
Break his head and you get light crystals. And I do need light crystals to make some equipment.
They are a very valuable item.
Yeah, high rank ones have something called Nova crystals instead. They're also
Yeah.
a pretty valuable item. And everybody's dizzied, but me.
That's the nice thing. It does do it to the other
Yeah,
garbage
and he's
monsters.
spamming that.
As your cat blows away the gin prey.
I don't mind. You can do that. Actually, that's kind of also why I wanted the... Kind of also happy that I got a cat that prefers small prey, because that allows me to focus more on the boss, while the cat usually murders everything around me.
Clears out all the trash.
Especially with large barrel bombs, then you can clear it out pretty easily.
Those are some weird cats in Monster Hunter. Instead of bringing dead lizards, they bring dead gin prey.
Yeah.
Velocipede
So,
to your door.
yeah, poison.
Thing about the poison in the environment, it wears off pretty quickly.
It's not too damaging, but it is really annoying that it'll block off spots where you normally safely be able to go.
Yeah, you do have to keep it in mind.
Yeah.
But
But
it's not as bad as,
Yeah.
say, Nervous's poison.
this fight anyways, you're bringing like antidotes, so
Or iodome.
yeah, iodromes and gypsros. And plus it's at night, so you know, when you figure this out, you're going, yeah, I should totally bring antidotes, especially just because, you know, you're fighting gypsros. So another point towards bringing antidotes. This poison isn't that bad though, but he can get you in like oh yeah, this, if you do like a heroic dodge, just as it flashes, you can actually avoid getting stunned too.
Use those invincibility frames.
Now, the way gypsros will really murder you, and I've had this happen to me before, is he's in rage mode, he's poisoned you, and then he quickly flashes you, and then he just keeps spamming flash, and the poison will like murder all your health. And then before you can get out of the flash,
He'll stomp on you. Or
yeah,
run
he'll
you
stomp
over.
on you, you lose all that red health. And I did not know why he just decided to stop right there, and well, I wasn't gonna complain though.
Randomly stop.
Wasn't about the complaint. But yeah, he just spews poison everywhere. It's ridiculous. But yeah, that's where most of your damage will come from when fighting gypsros, is poison and then him stunning you so you can't do anything but take damage.
Sarah's speed. Look at him.
The cat is
Oh, nice.
vicious.
That cat has really good timing with
Yeah,
those.
he does.
I gotta say. He's been, I've seen some pro shots
To
with
the
that cat.
force. Earning his key. Yeah,
Yeah.
make sure to quickly turn
Turn it.
aside, because I remember I'm getting used to that the bullshit hitbox will go, no, it'll hit you from the side, not from the front, even though the tail's in front of you.
Yeah, that's something you learn over time in Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
Is, where to
It still gets me
block.
quite often, but once in a while I'm confident enough to go, no, I'm dodging to the side so I don't get hit by that last tail swipe. And this is good. Oh, good. I actually didn't have to block there.
Learning.
No, the main problem with gypsros is still this rubbery hide that, you know, unless you're attacking his tail, everything bounces off. It's really annoying.
Yeah, it's real easy to bounce off him.
But then again, when you get to this part of the single-player game with the weapon selection you have, it's pretty common to have everything bounce off. Unless you're attacking their weak point, of course.
Green is low tier.
Yeah, green is pretty low tier. Especially this part of the game. I mean, like, in the starting, it's really easy to make the weapons with, like, green sharpness, but you're meant to only use weapons with yellow sharpness at the starting of the game. So then you're meant to, like, go, hey, I'm supposed to attack the weak points only. But
yeah, it's
you make the green weapons anyways because you're like, no, I have to have green sharpness. Screw the rest of that stuff.
yeah, it's always a trade-off between especially with certain branches like metal branch and bone branch of weapons.
Bone will generally have higher base damage, and metal would generally have
Less
higher sharpness. And I broke his gem.
Ooh, very nice.
But unfortunately he stole my trap, so I can't trap him. But
True.
he apparently didn't have much health. The cat just went over there, tapped him in the foot, and he died.
Cat jumped up and punched him in the head.
Yeah, that cat's balls. Oh no, it was a pick.
Cat.
That's right. But he just tapped him with a pick, and Gypsyros died.
That cat is getting dangerous.
Yeah, no, he's vicious. I like it.
Better worry, that cat's gonna be staring at you in your sleep.
Yeah, I keep him in a cage.
What was that movie with the monkey and the paraplegic? Yeah, it'll be like that.
Heard of that?
You better treat that cat good.
I don't know.
Dicks.
I have to keep goading him and spiking his food, otherwise he will not perform efficiently.
Otherwise, he might rise up one day.
Yeah, then the cat lady will get him, and then he'll be back in slavery. So no, it doesn't work that way.
No, he'll be a renegade.
There's the cat lady, and if you're not already a slave, you will be a slave. Comes down, strikes terror into the feline villages, coming at night and raiding, and then when the morning arrives, then everything is ruined and half the populace is gone.
All the cats taken.
Yeah, all the kittens.
All you see is off in the distance the shadow of the cat lady walking away.
Anyway, we need to end this, so we'll see you in the next video.